So we have the new Victor & Rolf Spicebomb Dark Leather. Of all the new fragrances I have received recently, this is one I've been most excited to try. So we'll try it together and see how it smells on first impression. I don't normally do unboxings on this channel, normally because I like to test the longevity of fragrances. However, we can just do an initial test to see how good Spicebomb Dark Leather smells. So let's get the box open. Now, the bottle online looks absolutely phenomenal, and in real life, it's a beautiful bottle. Exactly the same shape, of course, as the other Spicebomb, but you have a leather touch that runs around the center here, and it is a completely black bottle, which looks really cool. So let's test this fragrance then. We'll spray a couple of sprays first, and then spray it on a test strip. I will spray it on my skin in a minute. So you still get lots of spices like you do in the original Spicebomb line. And I do pick up on a leather note. You do get leather. You do definitely pick up a leather note. It's not as, it hasn't got much sweetness. So it's nothing like Spicebomb Extreme to me. There's no sweetness in here that I can smell off the test strip. It smells peppery and tobacco-like, but not much cinnamon, not at least on the test strip. I can't really pick up the smell of cinnamon. To me, it smells like black pepper, tobacco, and leather. That's what I kind of get from here. It's very dry. It's dry and spicy. Not much cleanliness to it. It's not very fresh, but let's spray it on the skin and see how it smells. Very peppery, very sharp black pepper note off the skin, and the leather note is not as prominent off the skin as it is on the test strip. On the test strip, I smelt that leather note sort of straight away, but on skin, it's not as obvious. It's there. I could smell the leather note, but it's really in the background, whereas on the test strip, it was really obvious to me. But again, not much sweetness, so it's not like Spicebomb Extreme, and it's not like Infrared, which is like a cinnamon candy, lots of sweetness and resins. This one is much more on the dry side, and off really early first impressions, you know, this is testing it once, it's not my favourite Spicebomb. My favourite Spicebomb is still going to be Infrared EDP and then Spicebomb Extreme, I would say. I prefer the resinous sweetness you get in those fragrances. This is much more dry, but it also has no freshness like you get in the original Spicebomb. The original Spicebomb, you get a kind of almost a lavender freshness, which make it really versatile, like you could wear it to the office if you wanted something kind of different as a signature scent. This one is a bit more daring and hasn't got that freshness. Overall, it smells really pleasant, as it would do being a Spicebomb fragrance. Just for me, it misses something off this initial first test. I have heard some people say it smells like Bulgari's Man in Black. Well, I have Bulgari's Man in Black here, and this one has a boozy touch to it and a sweetness, a real strong boozy sweetness, and it smells stronger. I mean, just from this first impression, which I know is very early, and you shouldn't really take anything from this, it's not a full review, but Bulgari's Man in Black does smell better than Spicebomb Dark Leather to me on this first impression. I will, of course, do more tests of these with longevity, see how they work in different situations, and of course, every time you wear a fragrance, they can work differently depending on how your skin chemistry is that day. I have noticed that with fragrances before. You might test a fragrance on one day and it smells different to how it does on the next day, depending on when you've showered, depending on what you've eaten the day before. Your skin chemistry can definitely change. So to sum up then, Spicebomb Dark Leather is a very peppery and spicy fragrance, and there is hints of leather in the background. The leather note is definitely stronger on the test strip than it is on my skin. There's not much freshness or sweetness. It's quite a dry, spicy fragrance. So this is my initial test of Spicebomb Dark Leather. I'm really interested to know, have you tried Spicebomb Dark Leather recently? What did you think of it? See you soon.